we had entered kind of like places on the map that we didn't know. And so it felt like they were beyond the edge of the wild, so to speak. We had our tickets ready for a vacation to Ireland, and then 2 days beforehand, Ali went into labor very quickly, and we spent the next 66 days in the NICU at Sick Kids and at Rouge Valley, and then began the journey home, and we began to live out what the medical staff from then on called, James will kind of tell his story. So we kind of rested upon that statement for a while as James reveals to us what his story is going to be. And Alison and I both greatly benefited during that time from reading of life experiences of other families who have children with CP, cerebral palsy, and we were able to catch a glimpse through their stories about what our future left in front of us over the next 6 months, year, and beyond. And once we had more time, we decided, you know what, we're going to write a blog of our own where we kind of put some of our own thoughts and reflections out there, just like we had learned from other families. And as we were thinking about what to call this blog, the idea of a journey kind of stuck with us. And so we called it The Journey with James Michael. And that's where we are here today. The journey of James Michael has led us to this moment in time now too. So, it's a winding road, as they say. So many of the songs tonight use this idea of a journey, or a road, or a way, or a path, or a trail. And they all stem from kind of the same question in my mind that was, how do I want to cross the terrain that lies in front of me? What kind of focus and drive should I have as I pass these unknown territories? So the experience of hiking in my life has, once again kind of brought those themes back into the fore of my brain, and it influenced this music that you're going to hear tonight in a great way. The experience of hiking is full of wilderness and forests, but it's also calm and peace. And I wanted to start with just thinking about the life of a trailblazer, actually. Somebody who, starts a pioneer kind of road, going off into the wilderness and finding a way. Well, their lives are often over-glorified because that experience is filled with exhaustion, frustration, wrong turns, second-guessing, thinking about that daily grind of constantly pushing forward through the brush, hoping that your directions are going to lead you to somewhere. So the idea of a path for me, on the other hand, is an experience where you're okay following, and it takes the pressure of being the trailblazer off. And many of you here tonight are incredible supporters of Alison and I and our little boy James Michael and Shay. And we kind of follow this journey together, and I really appreciate that in my own life, and I know Alison does as well. And we can kind of share the journey of life together through its ups and downs. I think that the idea of a path also is fascinating because one of the authors I like, Robert Moore, he starts by saying a path is kind of like making sense of the world. There are infinite ways to cross a landscape. The options seem overwhelming, and pitfalls are going to abound. So the function of a path kind of reduces the chaos into an intelligible line. And so we all choose a path in our lives, whether we like to admit it or not. And these songs tonight attempt to kind of focus my path towards celebrating what is local, and a devotion to the family, and embracing a life that travels with faith as it goes. And so these fine and talented people that'll join me in a moment on stage, they've rallied behind my vision for where this music takes us, which is essentially to try to develop that love of what's local, the small, and to pursue finding contentment, not with what's out there and beyond, but potentially what's often overlooked, and what lies right in front of us, but we don't necessarily see every day. So those are some of the themes that you're going to hear tonight through the songs. And in some ways, it's kind of like a kid who plays outside and flips over a rock, and they discover what's underneath it, a whole world that's been lying in front of them, and they had no idea what was under there. And when you look close enough, there is beauty among these side trails of life. And there's beauty within the commitment to stay and to remain and be present. So you see, we all occupy a corner of this universe, and what I've selected for what's local for me might be different than what's local for you, but I have a feeling it could rally behind the same idea. A lot of these songs tonight, whether it's about the Four Corners or Brooklyn Fair, if that's not your local reality, just substitute it with something that's local for you, because we have all these kind of unsung songs in our lives where we pass through these moments, and it's nice to kind of focus on it. So I chose what's local. Anyway, the idea of tonight, I wanted to make it more of an acoustic vibe. So we've got acoustic instruments, bongos and drums, and some organs going to be played for us tonight, to kind of hint at, trying to find a simplicity in our lives that's often overrun by what's digital and processed, and it's still lovely, but it's just sometimes nice to pare it back and kind of understand for a moment where that trail is headed. So I'm going to begin by inviting the band out here, and I want to talk to you about Step Onto the Road. So you see this photo behind us here. It's simply just my guitar on the road in front of our home. And it summarizes for me this concept of what you'll hear tonight, where the last line of the sign reads, or last line of the song reads, "The road is a beautiful place when you're following the way. The adventure lies beyond your door and there's a trail to blaze." So the verses are filled with traveling advice to act as signposts, kind of helping us guide our way through life. The chorus points towards the mysterious presence of the Creator being with you as you go, and encouraging you to act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly as you go down the darkened streets. Sometimes we find more strength for the journey the more wearisome we become. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but I've found that in my life. So the phrase "step onto the road" is also a reference to, yes, I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, so it's a reference there. Step onto the road, fans out there. So yeah, Bilbo passes his hard-earned advice of travel on to, I think it's Frodo or somebody like that, and he says to them, it's a dangerous business going out your door, because you step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you'll be swept off to. So I wrote this first song here for my daughter Shay, and without the drums, I kind of sing it to her going to bed each night. It's a little bit more of a melody that way. All right, let's begin.
Step onto the road, I'll be with you as you lead.
be strong and let courage carry you down the darkened streets. For I've told you what is good, and what's required along the way is to act justly and love mercy and walk humbly as you step onto the road. The road is a beautiful place, from morning sun to evening shade. The adventure lies beyond your door, there's a trail to blaze. The road is a beautiful place, and no one knows what each day holds. Some days you're flying down the open road, some days you stop and go as you step onto the road. I'll be with you as you leave, so be strong and let courage carry you down the darkened streets. For I've told you what is good, and what's required along the way is to act justly and love mercy and walk humbly as you step onto the road. The road is a distance race. Carry what you need. Offer in an open mind to anyone you meet. The road is a liminal space, passing through the in-between. You'll find faith as you go on your way, a little manna for the day as you step onto the road. And I'll be with you as you leave, so be strong and let courage carry you down the darkened streets. For I've told you what is good, and what's required along the way is to act justly and love mercy and walk humbly as you step onto the road. Is a futurist place. Crows and vultures lie in wait, circling high above the innocent, preying on their mistakes. But do not be afraid, love is guiding you on home. Grace and strength will show as the burdens grow. The miles come and go. As you step onto the road, I'll be with you as you leave, so be strong and let courage carry you down the darkest streets. For I told you what is good, and what's required along the way is to act justly and love mercy and walk humbly as you step onto the road. The road is a beautiful place when you're following the way. The adventure lies beyond your door, there's a trail to blaze. Thank you. All right, so in my home, I've installed a rack, kind of where you hang up your coat and put your hat on the hook behind the door. And maybe you have something kind of like that. And the most valuable gift you can give to one another is your time, isn't it? And so this song kind of takes that image of hanging up your hat and choosing to spend time with the people that are valuable to you. And it also rides the GO train. So many of you have ridden the GO train? There you go. I thought, why not? Nobody writes a song for the GO train. So there we go. Now there's one out there. about going home now for a long time. The ones I love are depending on me. And now I'm buying a one-way pass from Union Station, waiting on the eastbound to Whitby. And the doors close and the engine's getting fired up. I grab a window seat on the second floor as we roll along as waves up on the lake shore. 'Cause I ain't moving on now anymore, and my heart is beating down to the core. Well, it's time I hang my hat and I'll stay a while. Kick off the shoes I've been in for miles. Throw my coat behind the front door. Oh, I paid my tab over at the town, riding this train on homeward bound. Hey babe, we got nothing now but time. We got time. We got time. Well, the train slows down and rolls into the station, for nothing feels as safe as coming home. And as the geese fly south and make their way back north again, 'cause we can share the lead and fly through any storm. Well, I head right down through the tunnel doors, passing by streets and the liquor store. 'Cause damn, this world is a hungry carnivore. But I'm carving out space and carving out time. Loving you is all that's on my mind as we roll along as waves upon the lake shore. And my heart is beating down to the core. Well, it's time I hang my hat and I'll stay a while. Kick off the shoes I've been in for miles. Throw my coat behind the front door. Oh, I paid my tab over at the town, riding this train on homeward bound. Hey babe, we got nothing now but time. We got time. We got time. Well, it's time I hang my hat and I'll stay a while. Kick off the shoes I've been in for miles. Throw my coat behind the front door. Oh, I paid my tab over at the town, riding this train on homeward bound. Hey babe, we got nothing now but time. We got time. We got time. 'Cause we got time. We got time. All right, so we've got another one for you here. This one's about finding contentment in life and appreciating what's right in front of you. Paris, Cape Town or Shanghai, Some go fine wide thinking it'll be greener on the other side. But the place I love the most is wherever I'm holding you close. If I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. Try not to be too busy, try not to be too proud, try not to be too distant so that we could always work it out. We'll raise a little family the best way we know how. If I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. Hear that GO train coming down the line. I wanna hear that boardwalk in the pier a couple of times. Make my way on over to Brock Street and try some of their new brews. If I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. From Oak Ridge's Moraine down to Whitby Shores, to Lynn Creek where the birds eat out of your hand to come back for more. Where's that mustache tricycle man? And where's he heading for? If I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. Hear that banjo, I wanna hear the guitar, wanna hear that mando soar like a shooting star. Keep the bass and drums a rumbling, those keys dancing free. If I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. Well, I always said now, if I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. Anybody have any questions? I'm gonna take this time to introduce the band. Jeff, that's Tim. Tim, that's Jordan. Jordan, that's Alison. Yeah, all right. On piano and organ tonight, we have Sheldon Wong. Excellent piano player. Singing harmonies tonight is my beautiful wife, Alison. Doing a great job. I have two brothers up here tonight holding the rhythm section down. Ryan's on the kit and Jordan's on the bongos. And the train whistle. One of my good buddies here, Tim Wadsworth, is playing the mandolin for us tonight. Way to go, Timmer. And the anchor of our music tonight, vocal harmony and bass player extraordinaire, Jeff Knight. One more time, here we go. If I go to anywhere I choose, just give me that hometown blues. All right. There's an energy in here, right on. Excellent. Okay, so the downtown core of Whitby brings you to the intersection of Brock Street and Dundas, known to us locals as the Four Corners. This was once the main drag of shipping leading down to Port Whitby at Lake Ontario. Peter Perry was an entrepreneur who helped establish the city of Whitby, and he made a career for himself in loyalist politics in the early 1800s and stood for local control over local affairs. And he was a key factor in the development of the Whitby Harbour to act as a go-between from Toronto to Kingston and for the commercial industries of logging and agriculture. So the center of his enterprise was a general store, which is now known as the Perry Corners area. So I thought, why not write a song referencing Peter Perry? Why not, you know? So, you know, here tonight we have another list of wonderful politicians here tonight. We have the Whitby Mayor, Don Mitchell, and Joanne Alexander, councillors, and Malia Shahid, and Deidre Newman, and Lauren Coe. So let's just give them all a round of applause for supporting James in this journey. Thank you for coming. Wonderful. So, you know, now that I've started writing a song about local things, nobody's safe, right? Could be any of you next. So as I was researching about the Four Corners, I quickly realized that there's a number of fires that have happened there, and it destroyed much of the Four Corners area, buildings and businesses over the years. And as you walk down Brock Street, one of the information plaques on the street actually kind of highlights this fire from the 1870s. So I was learning about this, and I was thinking, man, I actually want to know more about the land that's right beneath me as we all pass by. And anyway, so I decided to write a song kind of about Peter Perry and the experience of what the Four Corners has seen. But I'd like to just highlight that it's built on more than what you can burn away. There's been a lot of damage there over the years, but there's some kind of energy that takes a life of its own, and it learns to adapt and change. So this next song is called The Four Corners. We're just passing through our Brock Street and Highway 2, where wooden planks used to line the streets below. Peter Perry made his name at the corner selling wholesale grains. Progress is a fire you can't contain. Living in between the old and new, living to pull his vision through of the timber trade with Britain and the USA. Swinging to the sounds before the war, heaven seemed closer than it did before. It takes a fire in your heart to be a pioneer. 'Cause I wanna know the land beneath me, feel that fire burning in me. If you wanna get close to the fire, go downtown by the Four Corners. You can feel those flames getting hotter. Downtown by the Four Corners. If you wanna get close to the fire, go downtown by the Four Corners. Can you see those flames getting higher? Downtown by the Four Corners. Hey! Cause history repeats itself when stories are left upon the shelf. What happened before can happen once again. The fire of the 1870s burned right through Brock and Dundas Street. It all began with a coal lamp knocked aside. From Lawler's store to Jimmy O'Toole's, each story's told with smoke and fumes. It's Fairview Lodge and All Saints Anglican. Well, man can burn what takes years to build. One spark to flame and All Saints is filled. But the corners are built on more than you can burn away. 'Cause I wanna know the land beneath me. I feel that fire burning in me. If you wanna get close to the fire, go downtown by the Four Corners. You can see those flames getting hotter. Downtown by the Four Corners. If you wanna get close to the fire, go downtown by the Four Corners. You can see those flames getting higher. Downtown by the Four Corners. Hey! If you wanna get close to the fire, go downtown by the Four Corners. You can see those flames getting hotter. Downtown by the Four Corners. If you wanna get close to the fire, go downtown by the Four Corners. You can see those flames getting higher. Downtown by the Four Corners. Hey! The corners are built on more. The corners are built on more. The corners are built on more than you can burn away. All right. So before Ali and I had kids, we thought it'd be fun to take our lawn chairs from our home and pretend like we had a cottage. And we went down to the public dock at the boat launch in Whitby, Port Whitby boat launch there. And we just kind of set up our little afternoon, and it was fun. We watched everybody come and going, and we didn't have to pay for anything. It was great. Yeah, this song's about that.